one such king who had the power. They were soldiers. The Palasi was, and most of all, he had that, who destroys mankind. Arrogance. He said, "Who can kill me? I am the god of the earth." But one night something shook Babylon, which was not in anyone's mind. Not the sword, not an arrow attack, not a large army, just a creature who did not see. Those before whom are thousands, and they were all destroyed. And finally, they were killed in the dust. Ancient Iraq, the land of Babylon, such an army, where there was only one voice, Nimrod. There is no mention of the king in the Quran, but the interpretation of the sun is in accordance with many and some traditions. It was King Nimrod who was the mighty and proud ruler of that time. The people shake their feet. The city was in the shade of his palace, and mankind bowed their necks before his arrogance. He said, "I'll give you food. I giving life. Death is by my command." He was not only the king, he called himself the Lord. One day a star came to Nimrod and he said, "A child is born. Your government and your God will be your God." The face of Nimrod was also yellowed in the golden neighborhoods. He commanded, "No mother shall have children. Every child is killed." There were screams in the streets. The eyes of the mothers were filled with tears, and the footsteps of wrongdoing were drowned in blood. Whom God wills to save, he closed all the doors of the world. He opens his own door. The mother of Abraham, he took refuge in a mountain cave. Deep silence everywhere. Then suddenly a light, one such light, which spread the silence in its waves. And Abraham was born. And keep their training. It was in the dark. When the darkness of wrongdoing came out of the sky, God was creating a light within those who changed the times. Friends, question today, which prophet peace and blessings of Allah be upon him spoke to the jinn and the cattle? Write your answer in the comments, and those who have not yet subscribed, subscribe so that we may find the motivation and the content to reach you. God is good, and Abraham came out of the cave. I saw the world around me. The moon was all in one system. This is where their journey began, according to the Quran. The father of Abraham, the name was excused. He was the head of a famous manufacturer of idols. And Abraham was a child. It happened in the family, and Abraham saw everything. There is a question on their tongue. Who is the truth? Who created this inside me? This was a great question for them. The people worshipped the stars, believing in the moon, heading to the sun. Then they all disappear. Then he prayed to Abraham. They are all mortals. God cannot die. When people are on the way and they bow down to idols, praying for, and Abraham stood there watching them. One day he asked his people, "Can you hear people laughing?" Abraham, these are the gods of our fathers. He said again, they cannot prevent your loss. They cannot benefit you, yet you worship them. The people were angry. O Abraham, your tongue is great. This is the tradition of our fathers. But Abraham did not leave. It was their purpose. Late night throughout the day, then Abraham went to every door. He's your Lordji, the heavens of the earth, stars of the sun. He created everything except the hearts of the people. The stones were like their idols. Then one day Abraham saw him. The people were happy and happy. The whole city is empty, and Abraham entered into his house of worship. They looked around, the silence in the domes, and the stones were laden, which has been on people's shoulders for centuries. He took a deep breath. They must answer today. Then one of them began to throw his axe at him. Someone fell to the ground. No brown. Someone's face turned 14, and the greatest of the last. And Abraham put the axe on his shoulder. When they came back and saw their place of worship, they cried out, "Whose work is this?" He said, "The name of Abraham. Always evil to our idols." Abraham was called to the court. He asked Abraham, "Have you broken them?" He answered, "When the greatest God stands." Darcy. Maybe that's what they say. Who broke the rest of the idols? The people were angry with Abraham. "You know you can't speak." And Abraham answered the walls of the city, "When you know you can't speak, you can't run, you can't give, they can't hurt. Why are you, the Lord, you create the sound in the wind?" Then the tongues of the people came to Nimrod's palace. Abraham. Abraham was brought to the house of Nimrod. There was no meeting today. One side, crown throne army battle. On the other hand, a single prophet. Except with faith and trust. Nimrod asked in anger, "He refuses to be my God." And Abraham said, "He's my Lordji, who gives life, death." Nimrod laughed. "Oh, that too." Then he called 2 prisoners. He forgave a prisoner. He ordered others to die. And look at the words. "Also live, and I will die." But then Abraham broke through the walls. "My Lord brings forth the sun from the east. If you are God," then he went to the west. The wind stopped. The eyes are wide open. The Quran says, the disbeliever is deceived. Nimrod's arrogance was shaken for the first time. The truth is 2 ways. Either bend or burn. Though. And Nimrod took the path. He commanded the greatest fire, which the earth has never seen. The woods were collected. How many mountains are there? And the flames touched the sky. The fire was so hot that the birds were in it. They did not fly, and then they were created, which was throwing stones and shells of fire. And Abraham's hands were tied. The wrongdoers laughed. Nimrod saw all this in his arrogance. Then Abraham was cast into the fire. The earth stopped breathing. Heaven is full of power. And then the throne of God. O fire, be cool upon Abraham, and be peaceable. The fire has changed. It was created to burn, but the Lord made him a bed of peace. Green grass grew in the middle of the fire, and Abraham smiled. Clothes without flawless body safe, the spiritual light was shining on their faces. The eyes of the wrongdoing people. The wall of arrogance is broken. And Abraham came to life. But Nimrod died inside. Then came Nimrod and his army. This is not in the Quran, except the sun. Many have stated as a tradition in their interpretation that one day God made a little mosquito, the army of Nimrod. One night, the sky raises, the first mosquito, then 2,000. Then the lights are turned off, the army is fleeing. The horses are out of control, the soldiers cried out to their king. One such creature, nothing in the eyes of man. A great army in the dust. Nimrod runs away. He hides his face. But a mosquito sticks in his nose. The pain spread to the brain. The mountain fell from a painful drop. He puts on his head. Heads off the walls. He said, I am God. Today, the tongue is full. Then the mosquito ate his brain. His breath stopped, and the end of it was awesome. This did not happen. This is the day. Today people are proud of their power. A voice in the heart. Amdedelo, whoever the Lord had able to deliver from the mosquito, which of them shall we destroy? Nuhuan knows, ask your heart, is there a small thing inside me? If it is, then light it. And be sure to express your opinion in the comments.